Hi, this is IK. Welcome to What is a State and How Crude It. This is application 470. It is only React. The state coming from a mock server. Post state. Only post state coming from a mock server. Here is a two post momentarily on the screen, and we have CRUD complete on the read.js. Add, here is for add post, add new post form. Here is update form. Look at show update form and delete form. And read CRUD, create, this is create, read, it is what we see, it is a list, post list here, read, and update is open form update, and change it, what we want. And update. And delete. If we want to delete, it will be deleted. Post 1 deleted. Post 2. And here is some content. Submit. This video is what is state and how crude it. Let's go to see read. Read is here 470. It will be addressed in description below this video. Read, function read. We have import use state, and the use state is hook. And hook, all hooks are function. Function what enable us, what enable developers to control something what before can only in class component. Topic here is state. Use state is hook, what enable us to manipulate with state, local state, manipulate with local state. Manipulate, what means manipulate? Means I think immutable update. And wrong, I said manipulate. Manipulate means delete, update, etc. It is something, it is not use state. Use state is for update. When we delete some post in array of post, use state, we use state for update new state. And first of all, what is state in this component, read component? This component, there is 4 state. Name of that state is variable. Object variable. Read component, there is a posts, plural, it is array of post. This is state. Show edit form is state. Update ID is state. Is loading is state. For state there is a read component. When we create it, look at on the beginning of every component, we declare state. because states is like a role in a movie. State, it is players in our component. It will be changed. It will be, that state will be deleted, update, delete, update, create, and read. And this is declaration of state, and that declaration of state is always by hook use state. Parameter is initial value. Post, here there is have initial value is empty post, empty array. Post, concretely here, array, that state coming from mock server. Show edit form, it is only flags. It is a state what we use for control, for manage visibility of update form. Look at it is name edit form, show edit form. It is name of flag. And don't be visible update. It is flags. Show edit form and show edit form false means update form is closed, not visible. Show edit form true, update form will be visible. It is variable here, it is variable, it is state. It is only value of that state is true or false. Binary value, logical value, 1 or 0, true or false. A post is array with members of post is post. Post 1, post 2, post 3. We have now momentarily 2 posts in that array. And that layout on the server, mock server. It is in remote mock server. And only for that state here in read, we must go out in asynchronous process to mock server and synchronize process waiting that asynchronous process would be finished, and after that we have succeed or failed. If error, or we have error or succeed. It is asynchronous process, and take care. A lot of times look at last video that this application don't use Redux, and we don't need Tank. Tank is part of Redux because Redux can communicate, can understand only synchronized process. Asynchronous process, Redux don't understand, but Redux is full management, full system for manage state, and Redux must know what is about state in any point of process. And like that, Redux must know what happened with state when we get out of React, when we go in asynchronous process. In that asynchronous process, what happened with state? Redux must know. And in that Tank function, get Tank function, that asynchronous process dispatch that state, need state, it is to state, pending, and after that fulfilled or error. Dispatch that state to state, to central Redux state. But get back here in 470, we have no tongue, we have no redux. We have only asynchron process, and in that asynchron process, we have only promise object who will inform us does we have error, or we received post from in good station post. It would be from promise we get, but look at promise inform who? Inform application, inform us that we see on the screen it is wrong, program can stop. But when we have redux cannot receive, redux state stay in redux, in central store for state, in redux, not in component. Update ID is number. A number, it is ID of post, and is loading is also false and true. Initial value is like this. Post is empty array, show edit form is false, update ID is nothing, is loading is false, and it is initial value. And what happens when we open, when loading this, when rendering? Okay, when rendering, in first rendering we see this initial value. In second rendering is second rendering starting with use effect, and use effect with starting fetch post. This fetch post is asynchron function what go to mock server and activate promise, and promise have pending and have fulfilled or succeeded or failed, and all that coming back fulfilled or failed. And we have fetch post. Look at here. We have in this row we have request get, Axios library request get to server, and that request means we want posts. We want that array posts, that project, it is array of post, and if all is okay, in response we will have post array. That array we can call here like we want, because in responses is object, and in properties data is array post. We can call it xy. It is only temporary variable for set post. It is function of set state. Set post what mutate existing. It is important this, and not this. I can write here x and x. It is temporary. Here is array of members, and set post is declare function what that array x with that array mutate existing state post. It is empty array, and it is enough set post x. It is enough for immutable update. Existing post, it is empty array, change with this array. Look at here, it is working normal. It is and it means that this is important because we declare it. We declare it in read. In read, we declare set post. Set post is declared, and set post is function what will mutate state post. State post, state, every state here in React can be mutate, cannot be changed, can be mutate. What is difference? For example, object post, there is member, it is array what have members. Post, there is object post 1, object post 2, and we can change members, but we cannot change post. And one thing for that is important, it must be immutable mutate. Immutable mutate in React produce immutable mutate because of bugs. If we don't do like that, would be more bugs. And the immutable update means that we have control on every state, version of state. Immutable means copy, create copy of state, and mutate copy, not original. Okay, post where memorize this state and all this state. Memorize here in read component, where declaration of state post and function set post, and where is declaration, it is place for memory. It is a memory. It is place where post exists. It is this moment in first rendering. This moment means that in memory take place reference post, and in cell of value we have empty array. It means post show to place in reference post is in memory. In this row, create in memory, and show and connected show value. Value is empty array in other place on memory. Post is a reference of memory. It is name of a variable, name of state, and the show value is empty. It is created in memory, in first rendering. Also, for all this must be an initial value that can be created. Show edit form is a reference variable, and false, it means 0, is a value in memory. Reference show value false. Update ID reference of variable show value, and all that owner of this state is a component read, and that state, for state here, can be changed, can be mutated only by a function from this component. Only this component can change that state. Only this component. Because of that, we have all CRUD, create, read, update, delete, here. CRUD means here use effect, call fetch post. It is a second rendering and that fetch post, look at fetch post, have here set is loading. Every set for a sum of state means re-rendering, and set is loading is second reason for a rendering, because set is loading is state, and here we have changed, set is loading changed from false to true, and in the same moment we have re-rendering. It is second re-rendering, and after fulfill, succeed this asynchronous process, we have response data, and that response data constant, we declare constant x, take response data, it is array from mock server, and we set that received data, that received array, we convert, mutate, we changed existing post, what was empty array, changed to new value. All time I spoke plural, posts, array. It is state here, array, that you would not be confused with a single post and array of post. Array of post is state, and every action, every time we change complete array, and here is complete array, it was empty array, is changed with x, it is array what coming from server, and set post can do that. Set post immutable way, by immutable way update posts. It is a role of use state hook. And here is, okay, it is set is loading true, it is second rendering, and third rendering is two state together is reason for third rendering. And after third rendering, we see post list. We see post list. Here it is. We see it post list. We see up add a new post form, and down we see post list. And every post there is a button delete and button update. Okay, let's go to see what happened now. When we look at in this, we can add new post, we can update existing post, and we can delete existing post. Add, update, delete. It is 3, and 4th is read. Read, I explain read. And now, for example, I add post 3, it is content, and here submit. What is interesting here? When I click here in input field, it is focus. It is event in focus, and we don't need it. But when I write something here, post 3, I write something. When I click out side of input, here in blog post, when I click here in blog and I write, it momentarily it means that I get out from input, and get out from input is event on change. It is JavaScript event on change, and that in that moment on change, it is by set title function that moment set title update. That input, it was empty, now it is post 3. Update. Set title update. Here, when I get out from blog post, input text area, on change event, call target value, and we have this content, new content. And when I click submit, would be called some function what will change. We must change complete array. We have a new post, and that new post must be pushed to existing array. Where? On the server. This post 3 and content, or heading and blog post, must go to server, mock server. Software on the mock server will update array there. No interesting how for us. It is worry of server. And if all is okay or not okay, server send response. We send request and server send response. And in that response, if all is okay, we have what we have, what we send. We send only new post, heading and blog post. That new post was push in server. Not important how, but it is added to existing array, like new post. And that new post coming back. But now we send that heading and blog post, but from server come back ID of post 3, because the server give ID, and we have, for example, ID 3, and we have ID 3 post, ID 3 heading and blog post. It coming back, and it is payload, it is response data. And what we do with that response data, we must immutable way that post, new post, we must push to our existing post. Our existing post it was 2 posts. Now when I when I add this, it would be 3 posts. And okay, look at submit. Here is 3 posts. Let's go to see how in our site we add new post to array posts, to state posts. Here it is. Button submit, call this function, handle add new post, and it coming with the new post because we have ID. We have ID, and we have action, and we have heading and blog post. And this posts means that we create copy of original state posts. What means it would be post 1, post 2, and this new post was post 3, and the content of that blog post, heading and blog post, and here is a number ID and coming ID. But look at in function coming ID, but how coming ID, let's go to see button submit. Button submit, here it is, create, add new post equal handle add new post. It means that component create is a child component of read. Handle add new post is owner of that function is read, parent component read. But we must activate handle from child. Handle add new post is function of read, and that function, only that function can change post. Post is also in read, function is also, but child function create add new post equal handle add new post means that we create add new post, we call that add new post. It is properties, because create, React element create is object, object have properties, add new post properties, and in curly brackets means reference of function, handle add new post, reference of function. Reference of function or name of function. Reference of function and add new post is reference. And let's go to see what happened in create post. In create post, create post, create. Look at that properties coming a new post in curly brackets in parameter of arrow function. Constant create equal arrow function, and through parameter coming add new post properties. It means that add new properties equal reference of reference of function in read component. And component create, there is a local on state, heading, blog post is loading also, and that be changed only by set heading, set blog post, set is loading, by use state hook. There is a initial value, and the initial value is always empty. Because of that we see empty form, and we click in field and write what we want, post 3 and content. After we write it, activate on change. Here is on change, and set heading, update heading. Here is value heading. It is value heading, and set blog post, update blog post. And we have that when we get out from blog post, and after that we can click a button submit, and on click. It is interesting, on click equal we call function post data, but also type submit, we can call that post data by form event on submit, like in some other place. But we can like this, and we can on submit, event on submit call post data. And that post data must, what must post data? Post data means that must send it to server, must go out. It is automatically asynchron and await, asynchron await. two keyword, asynchron arrow function, and in body of that arrow function immediately we set is loading true. It means a reason for re-rendering. Is loading must be true. It means that start process of animation of loading, etc. But set is loading, change true. Change to true. And here in combination of try catch, we create Axios post request to mock server, and look at, we here have heading and blog post. It is what we send to server, and also there is something else. No, nothing else. Heading and blog post. I thinking about ID, no? And heading and blog post coming in server. Server add new heading and post. New post, it is new post. Add two posts, post, array. And in that process, create ID of that post. And together, ID, heading and blog post go back. Response, and we take it in object, we declare object response, and in that object response we have data, always data. In that data is new post, ID, heading and blog post. And in that moment we activate reference. We activate reference to function in read.js. Activate reference, add new post, and parameter is response data. It means complete ID, heading and blog post. Add a new post, and after that set is loading, and all that is a reason for re-rendering. I hope these two together re-rendering, and after it is all is okay, is loading file, we have set heading empty and set blog post we change in it is local. Also it is local state. It is local set heading and blog post, set heading, set blog post. It is local change, local changes in that add form. We can say it is temporal local state in that create form. We can see add a new post, we go to read. This is add a new post. Handle add new post. It is that reference what go like props to create. And now we see what happened here. Here in parameter coming complete new post. ID, heading, blog post. True, because in create we have, here it is, response data. Add new post, activate reference, handle, add new post, and send concretely post. It is post what we send to server, plus ID what server produce. And that add new post, activate in read, handle add new post, and in the body happened set post, and we manually by tree operator create copy of posts. It is our copy of posts, it would be 2 posts, and now would be 3 posts, and after and the new post. What means this square brackets? Square brackets means array. It means set post have parameter. In parameter is array, but array coding like this means copy of posts. It means post 1, post 2, and it is new post, post 3, post 1, post 2, post 3. It is last one, and we have no comma here. Okay, we go through all cycles, and with this video I will finish here, because you must concentrate a lot of time, repeat a lot of time this video, and exercise, write coding before you go in other crude element, crude functionality. Here in this video I spoke about read and about add new post, and you must go a lot of time. You must experience change between no redux and yes redux, no tank, yes tank, exist tank, why tank, why redux without tank, and how with React only, and plus process of construction of properties in child component, properties equal reference, only reference, and how from child we immutable update, how from child we run function in what exists in parents. Owner of function is parent, but run that function, we run that function from child. It is and that function of parent immutable update post, state post. And you must see that state post is plural, it is array of post, that other state is logical 1 or 0, or it is a number, etc. A lot of that you must think a lot of time before you go ahead. And because of that I stopped here myself. And when I when I listen my video, I said myself, I must said it, I forget said it, I must said it like this, etc. And I don't waste time in repeating because of that, because I in first time, in first explanation, never can say all. And you look at after 100 hours of video for total React for total beginners, we can understand state, because state now is in action, in actual project, and we can explain state in actual project, because I cannot spoke about state in beginning of this 100 hours of video. And we must have that functionality, that CRUD in application, and we can explain, and I can explain that it is to me interesting, because in explanation like that I see advances, and I like explanation like that. It means concretely explanation of state and crude in these last hours of this 100 of hours. Handle add new post. Okay. Other part of crude, delete and update, I will explain in some of next video. If you like it video, share about that, like, subscribe, engage, that our community around this video grow, and we all learn if community grow. If not grow, it means waste of time for me, and waste of time for you also, because if nobody listen to this, there is no community, and there is no reason that you be only one. But for no one video, for every of my video, I have community. It is not big community, but it is community. Every community is community. And I'm not alone. And if you listen and watch this video, you are not, but you are not alone. Thank you for watching this video.